Better to have a short life that is full of what you like doing than a long life spent in a miserable way.
Welcome to Footwork.
All right. Welcome back to Footwork. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Sean, and each week we're bringing stories and tips from around the globe as we dive into our journey abroad.
Outlining what it takes to follow our dream and hopefully yours, even if it's not soccer. Did we do that right? So, Sean, the Gates, bro, what's up, man? How you doing?
I don't know, 33 episodes in, we're still figuring that one out.
I will never learn that,
Good, man.
and I don't know why, but I will never learn that.
I'm living the dream right here. I'm on a beach, pretending to be at least, changed up the studio.
Yeah,
wearing
man.
the beach shirt. You'll have to check it out on YouTube if you want to see what I'm talking about.
You graduated
yeah.
from the kids' countries map, and you've made it all the way to.
I
I'm
got
guessing
out of
that's
elementary school.
That's somewhere Caribbean.
Yeah, this is definitely Caribbean. I'm looking like maybe like Cuba. I would love to go there one day.
You're looking like the whitest dude in Cuba.
Sure.
These German falls and winters, man, there's no sun. It's tough. It's
Zero
tough out
sun.
here.
Sometimes I look out my window, like looking at the clouds, like the sun's there, but just not shining through the gray.
It wants to
gray
come, but
all the time.
Hamburg
I
is the
brought
most.
the beach into my apartment.
Yeah, it's a good call, man. Because
Hamburg is picture, right?
Hamburg is beautiful, but it is one of the grayest cities ever. But it's like a beautiful gray. I don't, I'm sorry for Hamburg tourism, but it is what it is in the winter.
Don't come in the fall, winter, early spring.
Well, I think early fall. Like even now is dope, but in a month from now, it's just going to be raining.
Yeah, but whatever it is what it is. It's weather.
What
it's going to happen anyway?
What can we do this month, Sean? There's some updates since our Patty episode, which was a huge success.
Yeah, so we didn't play our game. We told all y'all that we were supposed to play each other. Our teams were going to play each other, and it got canceled the day before because of COVID. They decided the German Federation decided that no, the regulations are going to start on November 1st instead of November 2nd, and therefore you cannot play the game. So we recorded Pat a few days before that, and up until then it was on. And they changed it. I think it was even less than 24 hours before the game started.
No.
Didn't they email? Didn't your coach get the email at like?
I knew Friday, and we played Sunday.
Okay, so then maybe I'm mixing it up. So 48 hours beforehand.
Yeah, so we knew, but I mean, extremely unfortunate. But for the month of November, a lot of things are shut down in Germany. They're trying to keep some things going, but they're calling it lockdown light, and essentially it seems like they want Christmas to be like an okay time to visit your family because there's been an uptick in corona cases here across Europe, as it seems to. So there's a little bit of a lockdown. Our sports, everything except the first 3 Bundesligas, so we're right on the outside looking in of that, have been suspended with the hope that they will, re-engage in December. Maybe I'm just living here, too long, and I'm starting to pick up that German pessimism, but I don't believe it. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, Sean and I we're both hurt right now anyway, so
it kind of works out well for us.
Sean a little bit more than me. He's got a whole cast there, and I just got a little. In comparison, I got a little boo-boo, but
yeah. So check it out on YouTube, and
can you get it up there, buddy? Oh, damn! That shit is high. That goes up to the knee.
Yeah, well, you have to look at that one on YouTube.
Like
Follow us,
too.
Footwork Podcast.
Smells
like
smell
that bad, to be honest. You'd think it would smell worse. It doesn't.
Yeah. Okay. We used to have a Footwork sticker on there, but
Now I just
kids
have
kids got a shower. I guess whatever.
I have Mina. I have her sticker on it.
Yeah,
our biggest fan.
We have a new ambassador.
He's not even 2 yet.
Yeah, speaks 16 languages. Genius.
Yeah, really.
We
She can speak German and Korean, and
can
she's
understand some
she's the
English.
next Einstein. She's genius. She's a baby genius.
We'll get her on. We'll get her on in about 2 weeks when she learns fully English.
She's fluent.
She's fluent. Another update, we sent out the stickers. So I've gotten some pictures back. We'll be posting those. So yeah, tell us where you're putting your sticker that we sent you. Show it off. We'll put it on our story. And if anyone else gets jealous, we got a couple sheets left. Shout out to our one of our investors, key investors, Nick Vinberg. He's really been with us from
From day one.
from the beginning stages. He's trying to build this thing one
Little angel investing.
one angel investor at a time. Yeah, one sponsored Instagram post at a time. So hit him up if you need, or hit us up if you need.
We have unlimited stickers with him.
With him, yeah,
It's
free. It's free promo. We got some other things in the works. I'll keep my mouth shut on that though, because they'll be kind of fun coming around Christmas time.
Ooh.
You know we like our coffee. So anyway, I don't know.
Wink.
Is there anything else? We're kind of just on lockdown. Sean's in Haida.
Nah, that's it.
I'm in Hamburg, and
Yeah.
I'm back taking German lessons again. I think that's kind of fun.
Oh, how's that going?
It's weird. So like I've taken German classes in a classroom before. So this one's on Zoom. Yeah, I like the teacher. He's a cool guy. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting better. Sean notices I started like sending him some voice messages in off Deutsch. I'm just trying to practice, man. Just trying to practice.
Dylan doesn't send me any message beforehand. He just sends me a voice message in German, and it says, "What animals are you scared of?" In German.
It was
no context.
That's actually, when you put it in that context, it's super weird. But for me, it was just like it was the next thing in my textbook, and I didn't know exactly the structure of how you would answer it in German, because in German, nothing is the same as in English.
No, rarely. So yeah,
It's
you
like
answer in German like
I have anger for.
I have fear.
or-
I have fear from dogs. Is
Yeah.
how it would sound in
Yeah,
English.
exactly. It's.
Something
I
like
mean,
that.
I feel like I'm getting better though. So hopefully,
Yeah,
I can
like it.
reach Sean's level in a couple months here, but we'll see.
My
Just gotta
level's
practice,
dropping. I gotta
force
start
myself into it,
practicing more.
like we said in the other one, man.
Yeah, stay uncomfortable. You know what? Honestly, I should start doing is just like watching stuff, like watch a show.
Mm,
Even though I really hate watching stuff, like just watch a show in German
yeah,
because that does help.
it
Even
definitely
if
does
it's
help.
an
Hopefully, there's
hour
some. I
a
mean,
day.
I guess you could watch some American shows too with like German subtext,
Yeah,
and kind of that might be another way to learn too.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's it from me, man. I'm chilling. We'll start
Team
doing some
training.
running club stuffs for Norderstedt in
Yeah.
a little bit. But besides that, I'm just trying to get healthy with my foot. Got a little knock, and should be good in a week or so. Not too long. And
Nice.
what do we think for you, man? Is there a timetable, or are you just kind of not
In
forcing?
less than 2 weeks, I should be getting it off.
Nice.
And let's hope it
That thing is gonna be
it all looks good. It
skinny
feels good.
and white.
Oh, skinny.
Gonna be looking like a Q-tip.
It's gonna be looking like Wags' calves.
Dude, you can't make fun of Wags. He's probably on some painkillers right now, eating some cereal,
Eating some Captain Crunch.
eating some Captain Crunch. Shout out to Wags. He had ACL surgery, and we also had a someone who was hitting me up about getting advice about Germany, and he said you got to get more Wagsy on the pod, which was, man, what a thing to hear. I'm sure he was ecstatic when I told him. But-
Wags' ACL recovery time just dropped by 3 months.
Oh man,
with
substantially.
that.
He's back. He's
So
back already. He's in the
said it-
studio.
Keep sending those in. Yeah, he's scouting already.
He's
scouting and
scouting.
betting. The moment he woke up.
Thankfully, you don't need your ACL for scouting or betting.
I
Wags does it all.
I heard mid-surgery while I was under anesthesia, he slipped the doctor a note that said, "Put Yota on a hat trick." Put the house. Needless to say, that doctor isn't working anymore.
Oh man, that's amazing. All right, Serge. I guess we'll get into our topic today. We could shoot the shit for long, but today, man, we're gonna get into. Basically, we're gonna cover one 24-hour or so period. Now, this is we've covered in a more general sense, but we're going to be talking individually about what we do to prepare for the game, what we eat, what we're thinking, what we're listening to, the things that work for us, um, what we're drinking, when we're getting pumped, and then, of course, halftime, post game, and all that. So, yeah, man, this is the game day. This is exciting. This is an exciting one for us.
Yeah, there we spoke about this, I believe, on preparation, but it was kind of a general preparation on just the game. But we never dove too deep into game day itself, and I think it's a really important because in this industry, like you have to perform on the games. That's where like the money's made, so to speak. And if you get the prep wrong, it could hurt you a lot, or it might be holding you back. Is a better way to say it.
You may not even know
You
it too, because you just,
yeah,
you might be
you've
used
always
to
done it
this.
a certain way.
You might think that your ceiling is here, but it could be even higher if you're doing some additional
Yeah,
things.
yeah, exactly. So then, why don't you start us off? Let's think 48, 24 hours before the game. Your game is on, let's say Saturday at 2, because our games at the moment are usually at 2 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So games at Saturday, 2 o'clock, Thursday night, Friday morning. What are you doing?
So Thursday night, Friday morning. I'm drinking water. I'm always drinking water, but I'm making sure at this point that I'm drinking water and unfiltered. I'm making sure that my piss is close to clear,
Hmm.
especially Friday. It's not something that it's really too hard at this point. It's because I feel like it's so ingrained in us, and it should
Yeah.
be if you are a serious athlete. So minimum 48 hours before I'm drinking water. Um, I'm still having my coffees, I'm still having teas, but I'm definitely staying away. Not that I drink them that often anyway, but I'm definitely staying away from sugary drinks. I
Hmm.
like a Sprite here and there, once in a blue. A nice glass of OJ never killed anyone, but I'm trying to stay away from those kinds of things and really just making sure the body's hydrated, really.
Yeah, yeah. And then with that too, same for me. Another important point is that when you're drinking the water, it's important that, or it would
You need
help.
some water?
I do. I'm gonna take a swig. Cheers to
Sean, should I hold my
cheers
mic
to,
like this?
cheers to Dylan holding his mic in front of his face like he did on episode
Sean told me
28.
last episode I hold the mic in front of my face. So let me know if this is right. Okay. Never mind. We're back.
You have to look at that one on YouTube. Footwork Podcast. Subscribe and tell your friends. So yeah, when hydrating, it helps to if you have like a liter of water or a big bottle of water, say you're in a glass, just a small pinch of salt or even squeezing some lemon in it will help your body actually take and hold the water.
Interesting.
Versus if you're just drinking like unfiltered, like pure water, it's just going to go right through your system.
Mm.
Whereas if you have some salt or lemon in it, your body will hold it on a bit longer. And then with that, the lemon and the salt they have electrolytes. Now, with this, why do you hydrate? Well, first off, your body can only fully function when it's fully hydrated,
Mm-hmm.
and that's mentally as well as physically, your muscles. So, speaking of muscles, like if you're not hydrated, you're going to cramp, right? Everyone's probably experienced this if you've ever done any
I've
high
never cramped
intensity.
in my life.
You're a liar. You've cramped at the 40th minute in our game last year.
That's cap, everyone. That is straight cap. That was like the
68th
70th. That
minute.
was like the 68th, 70th minute.
And yeah, so this will also prevent cramping as well, or aid in slowing down when cramping happens. Um, and what a muscle cramp is, if you don't know it, is when your muscle gets really tight and basically is flexing, but you are not telling it to get tight and flex. And what this is like your nerves. So your muscles are tired, the glycogen stores are low, and then the nerves are firing at the wrong time because you have lost fluid, the muscle's tired. And then I learned this recently, the electrolytes play a part in this. I'm telling you when your muscle fires and when it doesn't fire. So why you're cramping is your muscles firing, but you didn't tell it to do that. You know, if I wanted to pick up something heavy, my bicep, I'm telling my bicep I'm lifting it to flex, right? But if I was just leaving my arm down by my side and my biceps started doing that, that would be a cramp.
So
right?
it's like an overreaction from your muscles, essentially.
Yes, right. And then you can't turn it off. Right?
That's
Your
crazy. I
body,
didn't know that, actually.
yeah, so that's why even salt is something like, even to just put salt in your water will help this, because salt is an electrolyte. Now, there's other things like sports drinks, which have carbohydrates, which is also good, like Gatorade, that have electrolytes. But salt, weird one is pickle juice.
I've heard that too. I've heard the pickle juice.
Drink from a jar of pickle juice, like before a game or even after, to help as well. That's really beneficial. This is just muscle cramping in general. Some people get this, it doesn't have to be in a game.
What is your view on coconut water? I've seen that a lot with people drinking coconut water.
I'm big on that. And
do you like it? I think it tastes disgusting.
I like it now. I like it because way back, this would have been 2013. I had hamstring problems at Oneonta when we were in college, and I started hot yoga in the summer because nothing was working, and my flexibility was garbage. And a coach, Schmitty, shout out Eric Schmidt, he put me onto hot yoga, and I would always drink a cold coconut water afterwards. And it does taste disgusting, but from doing, a 90-minute hot yoga session where you're sweating so much and then drinking it, my body now loves it, because of, I guess it just made it like, this is a memory, where like, this is hydrating me.
Yeah,
It's like the great, it could have been anything, but it was just coconut water that I was drinking, because it's a little less in sugar than Gatorade, for example, and it has more vitamins and minerals for you. That now I really enjoy it. So yeah, this is a great one to drink pre-game and post-game for hydration.
Except that for me, it's just disgusting. But everyone has their own things. I almost would rather
keep drinking it. You will like it. I promise you. It's much better when it's cold. If it's warm, it's tough to drink if you don't like it already. But
I may be dragging this a little bit, but I'm almost. If you put pickle juice and coconut water side by side, I might pick up the pickle juice.
Yeah.
I just might.
I get it. They do have flavors though, like a little. They have, I don't know what flavors they have, but they do have flavors, because the original,
I think I used to drink a chocolate one, but I feel like that kind of just defeated the whole purpose and added like 15 grams of unnecessary sugar.
Right.
But let's come back.
But anyway.
So that's we're hydrating, obviously, with some different tips from Dr. Sean. But let's go to the night before. So for dinner. So what are you trying to get in for dinner? What are some of the things that you're eating, putting in your body?
Just kind of a balanced meal in my eyes. So a meat, usually not red meat. So fish, chicken, turkey.
Something lean.
A lot of vegetables, like spinach, peppers. Spinach is great because it has a lot of potassium in it. And that's what also coconut water has, a lot of potassium, and that will also benefit in the cramping. Other foods that have a lot, most people know bananas, avocados actually have a lot. These are foods that would be good to eat pre-game or leading up to the game, not necessarily right before the game. Yeah. And then, like I said, just it's a lean meat, lots of vegetables, and not trying to eat too much sugar. I heard this from, it might have been Messi's nutritionist spoke about it, and then I dove deeper into it. If you don't eat sugar, right? Sugar is a drug if it's not overused, right? Like I heard there was a study that said, like, when babies are born, depending on how much the mother ate sugar, you can use sugar when they're infants as like a painkiller. Like that's how strong it is. But we eat so much of it that it doesn't work like that anymore. So this kind of goes with caffeine, which I'll get to with the coffee. Try not to eat so much sugar the night before, a few days before, and then game day, like pre-game, for example, you can eat an orange, or even at halftime, but something high glycemic index, orange, banana, whatever it is.
Sean's off the wall.
And you'll be firing, buzzing. Exactly. That's
Just
it. I mean, keep it simple.
a nice sugar high.
Nice sugar high. Yeah. And just
Yeah.
ride that throughout the game.
I would say I'm pretty similar in that. I do find myself, I try to have something that um, doesn't upset my stomach. So I try not to
Mhm.
have anything too fatty or too like spicy or anything. So I lean towards just like a pretty easy one of some type of pasta with like a simple red sauce, some lean meat, usually like some lean chicken, and then some vegetables. Yeah, like some spinach, some zucchini, some peppers, onions.
Mm.
Something I'll know I'll enjoy, but know that it's not, gonna push my stomach or my equilibrium kind of to one side or the other. It's simple. I like it. It's tested. um, so again, know your body. Don't be going crazy on like a million vegetables the night before just to like you know get them all in. Like know what works for your
Yeah.
body.
That's right. I mean, that's a really important part of it is that do understand the benefits of certain foods, but you also need to know what your body is going to handle and how it's going to react to it.
Hmm.
Like there's certain things that you're going to be totally fine eating, and there's certain things that you're like, yeah,
So
don't know
this,
how my stomach's going to react to this. And that's definitely foods that you want to avoid. Like,
mm,
and these are things that we've tried over and over again. So I know for sure that my body will react fine to these foods,
yeah,
right? And
100%.
just keep it simple. Now you can make the meal. You can maybe add some spices and stuff to make it a little different, but I wouldn't change it as much if you know that it works well with this.
Yeah, if it's tried and tested. I mean,
Because
I'm probably my favorite cuisine is some variation of Mexican, but I will not be having Mexican the night before. Just um,
¿por qué?
porque I mean
Me duele el estómago.
frijoles, like there's I like beans and stuff, so I like these heavy fiber foods aren't always the best, for me at least. I couldn't tell you the science on it. Before or during game day, I try and kind of stay away from those heavily fibered foods like that.
Yeah,
um,
yeah, I'm with you on that.
One thing that through trial and error that I found when I was in Australia, just from doing research, I found this one pregame diet that someone was suggesting, and it included baked zucchini. And I tried it a few times, but after a few more times, I was noticing for some reason I was getting like bloated, like
Hmm.
during the game. So I cut that out, and then I wasn't getting bloated anymore. So it's like just know what you're putting in your body.
Yeah,
Obviously, it would have helped if I knew this beforehand, and a couple games I probably could have played better, but that's
right.
just what it was. And trying to find the ultimate
Yeah,
game day diet, especially. Um,
yeah.
but we'll get
And a
it.
way to
We'll,
practice a way to practice this too is don't try what meal is the best on game day, like for game day.
yeah,
Like do
yeah,
this during the week, you
yeah,
know? If you go to training and like you don't feel great, you got stomach issues, that's all right. I mean, it's training, it's a problem, but it's not a big deal. But like don't start trying something. Oh, I have a game tomorrow. Let me try to eat this. Like that's not what we're saying to do because we've tried these slowly and surely and know what works for us and what doesn't work and maybe change one thing here, one thing there, um, and then kept certain staples of it. But what about the pregame? So the game that's on Saturday. This is Saturday morning now. First off, sleep. We can't
sleep,
skip that.
sleep. Can't skip that. I mean, that's one of our biggest selling points here at Footwork Podcast. But yeah, I mean, I'm usually trying to get to bed um, by 11:30 at the very latest. I'm trying to get 9 hours would be best case scenario. Um, Sometimes your body is up and wakes up before that, especially for me. So if I can get between 8:15, 8:30, and 9 hours of sleep, then I feel like I've I've given myself, that area perfectly. I'm ready. I'm recovered.
Yeah, yeah, and also it's not just the night before the sleep's important.
Mm,
Matthew Walker spoke about this in his book Why We Sleep. Um, like this is consistent. It will help, of course, the day before to get a great night's sleep. But if you slept terribly the whole week, that one night's not going to make a huge difference. So it's consistency with good sleep it will really enhance your performance or hinder it, depending on how you sleep.
Go back and listen to the consistency, please.
There you go.
More
There's a piece
more
of
on
it.
this topic. But
And
yeah,
what
so
about
sleep.
breakfast? What are you eating?
What am I eating? So when I wake up, I'm usually getting, you said this about caffeine, and I got to say that I kind of just have the same amount of caffeine every day. So for me, it's not like I'm having more on game day or less the days moving up. Maybe I'll try this.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm having black coffee, and then if it's a 2 o'clock game, we said, right?
Yeah.
2 o'clock game, I'm eating. So my rule is to eat 4 hours before. If it's a bigger meal, I'm not talking like a snack or fruit. I'm talking a substantial meal. I'm eating and usually finishing 4 hours before the kickoff start date. So start time. So if it's at 2, I'm eating at 10 o'clock or finishing by 10 o'clock. A
Hmm.
2 o'clock game, I'm only eating once. I'm not waking up earlier to get a breakfast in and then a lunch. That doesn't work well for me. I don't think. I know that this works. So for me, it's eggs. I have some eggs. I have some sweet potatoes, baked sweet potatoes. Usually a little bit of spinach, um, and yeah, a piece of fruits, maybe a piece of toast, um, and water. And for me, getting those in like 4 to 5 eggs, sweet potatoes, spinach, and some fruits. That has been working absolutely perfect for me, especially this year.
Yeah.
Sean really got me onto the sweet potato grind. And
Oh, it's
you
brilliant.
asked Sean when I was on trial for 2 years, no, for like 1 month, every single day. Now, this may be painful, but every single day I was eating grilled chicken and sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
This was my lunch before a night training, because I knew it
Yeah.
worked. And so
It
for
was a
me, it
game
was
day.
like every day, I need to be the best I can be. And yeah, some days it was hard to eat the same exact thing, but it
Yeah.
just was
If
what
it
it was
works,
at
it
that
works.
time.
Yeah. Totally. And I ate exactly the same thing. I mean, we lived with each other, so we were kind of bouncing off ideas. Maybe eating a little bit of half avocado, maybe,
So
with
sometimes I do that too,
get
actually.
that
Yeah.
extra potassium, more
Mm-hmm.
fat as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the time frame, 4 hours beforehand, it's pretty standard. And then, yeah, um, leading up to it, 2 hours before the game. So here's we'll go back to this. We'll stop there because there's leading up to this breakfast in the morning. Now, a few days before the game, I like to cut my coffee back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, ideally, I would just drink, 1 cup, for example, for say Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, drinking 1 cup instead of two. All right. And then, or even less than that, if I don't need a cup, I won't drink a cup, I'll have a cup of tea or something. Then on Saturday, I will wake up, have a cup of coffee with breakfast. Then 2 hours before the game is usually the meeting time. And there's always coffee and stuff. That's one thing I don't get. There's like a cake, like a pound cake, and people are like eating this pregame on the team. And I'm like, why are we eating coffee? Like it's great, it goes great with coffee, but we have a game in
Oh,
two
it's the
hours.
perfect cake for coffee, but it's just not the perfect cake for
Yeah,
a game.
for pregame. But I mean, I guess one piece it doesn't hurt them. I don't know, but yeah, I've seen it before. It's not just this team. And then yeah, so have a cup of coffee then, and then like pre-game and slash halftime, I'll also drink a little bit. Now, I find that like it really tunes you in, and the caffeine works more. It comes back to the sugar thing. If you lower your intake, basically in general, and then on game day, you're going to get more of an effect from it. Now, I know my body, so I know how much I need, and I can feel if it's too much or it's not enough, right? Because you could totally overdo this.
Mm-hmm.
You drink too much and then you're lightheaded and you're just like very anxious. That's not a
Or
good
you get
thing.
stomach problems.
You get stomach problems, which you also need to know yourself, and also you're just gonna keep having to piss, right? It's not a diuretic. It just makes you pee more, which can dehydrate you. But as long as you're replacing the fluids, it's fine.
Hmm.
But you need to know your body about this. Now, I actually started this in college, senior year. I noticed this, and I would have like I would put coffee in like one of those shakers, like protein shakers, and bring it to the field, and would just kind of sip on it as we're warming up.
You
And
sly dog. I had no idea.
it worked brilliantly.
I know a lot
Yeah.
of people used to do pre-workout back in the day too. I couldn't do
Yeah.
that. I, would-
I did that for that one Messiah game. I did that. Shout out Dark Rage, the most crazy pre-workout. Anyone who has taken Dark Rage, please send us a message.
I don't even
We'll
want to
send you a
know what
sticker.
was in some of the pre-workouts I used to take.
I don't know, but I
with
stopped. I
Wags
stopped
and
pre-workouts back in freshman year, 2012, because I don't know. I just felt like in my workouts, I would whenever I try to like it's great. It gets you amped, but then when I hit like a certain threshold, when I'm like really exerting myself, I feel nauseous. Like
interesting.
my heart rate goes too high when I'm trying to like increase the tempo. My heart rate gets way too high, and then I don't feel good. So I just totally. Ever since then, I cut it out. And I also hated the fact if you didn't take it, you just couldn't. You couldn't.
You
care to
couldn't
be
reach
there.
the same. You couldn't reach the same top, the
Like
mountaintop.
you just hated the fact that you're at the gym. Like, oh, I don't want to be here.
I do. Yeah,
And
I
I
do
hated
remember
that
this.
feeling, that the down feeling of not taking it.
I
So since
remember.
then, coffee is the way to go.
I
Or
remember
nothing.
Wags gave me some fucking probably illegal in the U.S. Like probably bought it from Mexico or something. And I remember taking it one time. And you know how people used to take it in college? Like you take a scoop, throw it in, and then you chug
Yeah,
water,
no.
like crazy. Um, yeah, I just remember being there on a Friday, and it was a leg day, and me, him, and Daryl. Shout out Daryl. I think Hans too. So shout out Hans. Um, we worked out for 4 hours at least, hitting legs on like a Friday night, and we like looked around, like looked at our watches, like how long have we fucking been here? Like so many people came and went, and I just feel like without that pre-workout, I don't know if I would have ever hit that 4 hours of working out legs. Are you kidding me?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It was
But
illegal.
yeah, I don't recommend that.
It was
There's just
definitely illegal in
there's a
49
lot of stuff
states.
in pre-workouts that you don't know.
Terrible.
And yeah, they could be dangerous.
Terrible.
So
What
yeah,
else we got?
that's my take on coffee. So that's foods we're eating. That's pretty much the pregame. Halftime,
Well-
it's beneficial to eat.
Well, right
Go ahead.
before, I would say. So for me, I have a rule. It's not a rule, but it's just what I follow that works for me. I have a little fruit before, and then between 60 and 90 minutes before kickoff, I'm usually having a banana.
Yeah.
That's what works for me. I think you do apple or orange.
Orange,
Orange,
banana. I
okay,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I usually have
Um,
orange in the morning, and banana for me is between 60 and 90 minutes before, and it's
mhm.
perfecto.
Yeah, works great. Also at halftime, sometimes I like to eat maybe like a piece of a banana or a piece of an orange. Not a lot of it, but just to get a little bit of a sugar
Mm.
boost.
So
That's
So
also
what I
not a
do
bad thing.
here, and a lot of guys on our team do, is, is it called Dextro or Dexto?
Well,
Dextro.
I think the brand is Dextro, but it's just dextrose. It's just sugar.
It's just
It's
sugar.
like a
It's
Smartie.
literally just like
If you know the candy, the Smarties is what it is. It's a
basically a
square.
Smartie. Yeah.
It's a square of sugar.
But I've been
So
having
yeah, those
one
are.
like right in the team talk before we go out, like after
Mhm.
warm-ups. I have that with just like a little bit of some water, and like maybe just a little bit of like this sports drink, any sports drink
Mhm.
really, like tiny amounts here. And then I'll have one at halftime too. So that's like
Yeah, perfect.
that's that sugar that you're kind of tricking your body.
Yeah.
Um, When I was in Australia, they did gummy worms. I didn't think that actually lasted for me. I thought it was kind of like too processed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
with this, I
It's
feel
the
it's a
same
little
idea.
more pure, but it
Now,
is the same idea. Yeah.
right. I mean, you could eat anything. You could eat grapes. I mean, you could eat anything sugary. But what's good about the dextrose, the Smarties, essentially, is that it's just sugar.
It's just
So
sugar.
you don't have to deal with like a banana. You have fiber and stuff, and in
Mhm.
the gummy worms, you have that gel, the gummy part of it.
This is why it's perfect. I
That could
think.
that could cause issues. But the dextrose, it's just sugar.
Mm.
So it is perfect. It's exactly what you need, and it can definitely help keep your energy going.
They taste hella good too.
And they taste so
Hella
good.
hella good. I read
Kids pop like
somewhere.
5 before practice. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah,
game doesn't
I don't
start for 40 minutes.
I don't ever. This is for the same reasons though. I never take it for practice because I feel
No.
like when the game, it'll just give me that extra more. I won't have that
Yeah.
tolerance built up.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
I read somewhere that back in the the Giggsy Scholesy days at Manchester United, these Manchester United legends would have Fig Newton bars at halftime. And
Yeah.
I thought that was
I remember
super
you telling me
interesting. I
that.
feel like it has the same idea, but it has to have evolved since then. Like Fig Newton, there's so
Oh,
much other
definitely. They're
shit. And
not eating
like,
fig Newtons now.
man, it sounded kind of good though, doesn't it?
Yeah. It doesn't sound bad, I must say, but
Not for halftime.
they've gone past that. Imagine that fig Newton on the cross of United jersey, main sponsor.
it's just it just got some crumbs on there. All right.
Uh,
This is another
yeah.
segment that I think we both agree on, and I'll let you touch on it first, and then I'll give whatever I can to add. But this notion of getting pumped before a game. So what are you doing? What are you listening to? And what is that build up like before that whistle blows for kickoff?
hmm So this has changed for me, and this is why I think it's good to talk about it. So when I was in college, I always thought of like just getting super amped. Like, like everyone has a few songs that just get you hyped. Like your heart rate goes up, your blood rate goes up, your energy goes up.
Yeah,
Right.
Bad
And I
Blood by
thought,
Taylor Swift for me.
there you go. Yeah. My, whatever, what do we call it?
Guilty
My,
pleasure.
guilty pleasure. That's a calming song. That's not a game day song.
No,
That's
no.
more just
Okay.
chill
All right.
workout post game. That's a great song for that. X by Kiana Lede, I think her name is. Shout out. We'll get her on, talk about it.
Shout out. She definitely listens to this.
um, yeah, so I would just get hyped like all day, like hours beforehand, just the whole time, just like hyped. Like, let's play. Like, I can't wait to play today. Can't wait to play. Just hyped, super energized. Pre-game, got the headphones in, just staying hyped. Um, and I don't know, something about that just didn't work because I felt when I've changed, probably the last few years, more calming, like just stay relaxed and chill, like not so amped about playing until like you're walking out of the tunnel onto the field. Like the warm up, I'm starting to get it, but I'm trying to stay more calm, right? I'm just like relaxing, but getting my heart rate up physically through the warm up. But like it's not war yet. Like once we go out through the tunnel and like the game's about to start, then it's like, all right, we're tuned in now. And I find that I can channel my energy a lot more that way. Like not going through the motions of the warm up because you are getting your touches in and you're trying to stay sharp. So I don't mean it like that, but like, I'm not going to put my teammate on his ass like, a really strong tackle in a possession game
Of
or something.
course.
So it's like saving that like nastiness, the aggressiveness, and like I don't know how to explain it. It's just like staying more calm instead of being super energized. Um, Staying calm until the whistle blows, and then it's like for 90 minutes now, it's like no mercy. And I
Yeah.
just find that this works a lot better for me, and I concentrate for 90 minutes uh, much better than I used to.
I'm actually almost exactly the same way. I remember in college, like you said, like we wake up and we just be bumping music as loud as we can on that speaker, just getting pumped. We had this like what's called bounce. Did we do that before we went to warm up? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Because we would
We did
warm
because
up
we
and then
didn't
we
go
would
back in the
stay
game.
out there.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, we did this huge like yelling thing like to get us pumped, and then we'd go warm up. And I didn't always feel it, but sometimes I'd feel like when we started, like those first 5 minutes, I was like exhausted.
yeah, yeah.
And then like
This is what I mean. Yeah,
you take a step back and you're like, well, why am I exhausted? The warm up was I wasn't going crazy, but like this whole day I've been gearing up and putting so much energy out there and exerting so much energy. And then I get to the point where my energy is needed the most. And it's like, you're going into your tank, like, you're going into those reserve energy fills earlier than you would need to be.
yeah. I think this goes back to we talked about the detach, about the adrenaline dump. I
Mm,
think it's because when you're getting hyped, with your favorite song or whatever, all this energy, it's not just like coming out of nowhere, right? Like you have this energy inside. It's your mind that's like releasing it or not releasing it. You can think of
mm,
it like that.
hmm.
And I think it comes back to like the adrenaline dump, you know? And I
I
think
yeah,
just
completely agree.
waiting to let that out
Hmm.
is the smartest thing to do.
Yep.
Like I just feel like pregame music is nice to get you in the zone, but like don't let it hype you up too much.
Yeah, I
Like
completely agree.
to me, like in games when they play the warm up music, whatever it is, it's just usually whatever the stadium plays. Like it's not I'm not really listening to the music. Like it's just noise almost, you know?
I
Like I
I
just find that it works the best to just it's noise in the background, but like I'm just focused on myself, on the team, and like making sure I'm warmed up and ready for the game. And then when the game starts, it's time to like just use all the energy I have.
yeah, now it's time for war. I
Yeah.
I completely agree. I mean, just to take it even a step further there, for music, for me, I'm not listening to anything that's really going to hype me up throughout the entire day. I'm listening to like
Yeah.
feel good, catchy stuff, but I'm not listening to like, those Meek Mill songs like I used to listen to, like
Yeah.
going crazy hours before the game. No, I'm chilling. On game day, I'm chilling. I'm not exerting any energy. I'm not even, to be honest, for me, I'm not even really thinking so much about the game, because when I think about the game, that's when I start to um, like really get these adrenaline, like I'm going to score all this. I kind of think more about the game in the days leading up, where I can kind of control it, because I'm like, oh, the game's, still a few days away. But
Hmm.
the day of, for me personally, I'm chilling. I'm just relaxing. I'm playing FIFA. Um, I for me, I like having like conversations with people. It kind of just brings it to not so serious place. Like I
Hmm.
like just kind of being casual about it. And then like when you said, it kind of starts to build up. Warm up comes, I'm starting to get into those energies, but I'm still like, I'm not like going crazy like during the possession and stuff or the shooting. I'm not
Yeah.
going so crazy. But then
Yeah.
when we're walking out and the songs come on for like the walkout, that's when I'm tapping in and I'm like, okay, now let's go, let's go, let's go. And then
Yeah.
I feel like, especially I'm in the start, I'm just more energized. And then, for the amount of running that we do in this compared to the amount of running that I was doing in college is,
Hmm.
I mean, I would love to see those stats about the amount of Ks that I run
Yeah.
now and the amount of intense sprints
Hmm.
and things like that. Like it can't even be close. So for me, it's working, and it's it brings it so that the game, like it is so serious, the game, obviously, like it's so important to us, but thinking about it and just being engulfed in it for, you know 10 hours before the game starts, or 7 hours whenever I'm up, like that's not good for me. I like to take myself out of it and be casual and have fun with teammates and stuff, and then when that whistle blows, like we said, it's fucking war.
Yeah. 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 I totally agree. I think it's just this has come with time. We just know our bodies. Like in warm ups too, I know what I need.
Mm,
Like I'm gonna do the warm up with the team, but I also know like if I need to do more or less. Like I know it. Like I'm not gonna overdo it. I'm not gonna take 30 shots. Like I don't need that. I know what my body wants and needs for me to be warmed up and ready for the game, and I know what it doesn't.
yeah.
And you could feel what muscles are a little tight, what's feeling good, and etc. And I think that just comes with time. And it's hard to it's very individual for people.
It's very individual, but unfortunately, I mean, every team is different with their warm up. I've been on a few teams. Um, I won't say where, just for people who are listening, but I've been on teams where like the warm up is just so long. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't, for me, a warm up does not need to be that long. Like you want to get
No.
some things going, you want to have full range of motion, do different things to kind of, turn your mental on, get your touch ready, and get some of those movements like, interval, like possession and stuff like that. But a possession drill does not need to be 10 minutes long. It just, for me, it doesn't.
No.
That's way
I
too
think
long.
5 minutes, two and a
Yeah,
half minutes, quick
if
break,
that, with breaks.
two
Like
and a half
for me,
minutes.
it's
Yeah.
just quick, 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 and you're you're turning it on, but you're not like anything longer than that.
You're just getting your
uninspired.
mind to start working quickly again,
Mm,
because it's generally a tight box, which is
mm.
beneficial. And then, like, that's it. You don't want to exhaust yourself in this. Like, this is all to lead up to the games you're ready for from the first second they blow the whistle. And definitely, like, I find sometimes, definitely some teams I've been on where it's like we're doing too much in the warm up, and we're coming out slow, and it's
Yeah,
because we're tired from the warm up.
yeah.
Like,
We didn't need
let's
to
think
do all
about this.
this.
We start the game slow every game, and then after 10 minutes we're good, but the first 10 minutes we're dead. I wonder why. Like, we're doing too much
Yeah.
in the warm up, and these teams, whatever it is, what it is, the coaches have their own ideas. Yeah, you just got to know your body. So sometimes you could just, you have to do what the team's doing, but you also have to know yourself.
So when you come out for Haida, is there a song that they play? I'm curious, is because I've never been there for a home game. Like, is there a walkout song for you guys that, or does it change and whatever? Like, if you ever even realized it?
Honestly, I don't know. There definitely is a song, but I
Yeah.
don't know if it's the same song,
And you
and
don't?
I
Do you know
couldn't
the
tell you
song?
what it is. No,
What'd you say?
no, I don't.
You don't know?
I
Okay.
I have not paid attention to it. No,
Interesting.
I don't know.
We So when we played Haas Val under the lights night
Yeah.
game, um, we ran out to, I believe it's called "Can't Stop" by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And there's like this drum solo in the beginning,
Yeah.
and literally right as we ran out, when I run onto a field, this is just, I mean, this is just another thing that we do. Because you don't walk out next to the team right now in Corona times. You come out at different times. So we walk out, and once I step on the grass, I do one sprint onto the field. Like, this is just
Mm-hmm.
what I do, and it kind of gets me ready. So when I was sprinting is like when the drum solo was getting, I just remember
And
getting
you got
this
hyped.
huge rush of adrenaline. Like,
Love that.
holy fuck, I'm ready. It was
Yeah,
amazing, honestly.
that's sick. Yeah,
We might
I
have to
could do that.
we might have to play that song during this just so people can hear it, and then hear it right now, and then just picture me running out, Lil Willie
could
running
just
out
play
onto
it.
the field.
We could just play it real quick.
We'll play it. We'll play it on the edited version.
That's it. There you go. Yeah. See ya.
All right, so here we are, walking out onto the field.
Hold on a second.
Hear
I'm
that?
back there.
Boom.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
No, dude, we're gonna play it on the edited version.
Ah,
Like,
on
it's just
the
gonna
edited
play. Like, that
version.
song's gonna be playing.
Got you. Got you.
Tough
Man,
to communicate via Zoom. How do I reach these keys?
Uh, yeah, I think
That's it up into the
you kind
game.
of that's it. Post game, it's important to get a protein shake, eat something. Fruit's great. Sugars, great time to have your Sprite, Dale.
That's when I actually have my
Post-game.
Sprite. I have a Sprite
It's a-
or Dr. Pepper.
It's
And
great. Nothing
when-
wrong with the Sprite after the game.
when we lose, though, I don't always give myself a Dr. Pepper or a Sprite. Hey, bad
Dr.
Dylan.
Pepper.
You don't deserve no Sprite
Like a
today.
Mountain Dew.
Hell no. I am never drinking Mountain Dew. I don't know if it's true. I just read one time that there's some yellow 5 or something, some ingredient in there that like does something with your sperm count or something like this. I don't remember.
Yeah, I've heard something like that.
And then from then on, I just no Mountain Dew,
I
Sprite,
hear ya.
Sprite. You know.
Sprite. Sprite's the way to go. Yeah, so there you go. Post game, that's not a bad thing to eat. Just get some sugars, replace the glycogen. Protein's good. Just get food in your body.
So you told me something about eating peanut butter after a game or after training. So can you go into like what
Yeah.
are some things that you should eat and when should you eat?
Well, this is so there's a window. It's like kind of up in the air. They're always debating it, but it's 90 minutes. This is post workout, post training. 90 minutes to 2 hours. We'll just say 90 minutes for argument's sake. You don't want to eat fat in this time. What you want in this time during this 90 minutes is protein and sugar. So that could be now simple sugars. So like fruits, so like orange, banana, grapes, protein shake, like whey protein shake, because this is absorbed right away, versus like you have casein, or like eating a steak.
Or like
right?
whey
This is
ice or
this is
whey
not
isolate, which is kind of like
whey
different.
isolate is what you want to take in post workout. Casein or casein is like a really slow protein, so you wouldn't want to take that right after a workout. But then so you don't want to take fat in, because this slows down the digestion. And during this time, post-workout, post-training, you don't want to slow it down. You want to get the muscles everything it wants and needs as fast as possible to recover the muscles, right? So when you take in fat, which can be, like you said, peanut butter or avocado or nuts in general, like that's not really what you want to eat the 90 minutes to 60 to 90 minutes after a workout. But then post the workout, then you can start adding the fats into it.
Okay.
But it's really just that window that you don't want to eat those types of food.
You learn more
Like,
every
did you have
day
something-
here.
Or is that what you remember?
That's what I remember you said. I couldn't remember what
Yeah.
you said, but I remember you going over that. And so
Yeah.
for me,
That's what it is.
I learn more and more every day at this podcast, man. It's really
Yeah,
special.
me too. How's Top Soba doing?
Tapsoba was doing
haven't talked
great.
about him in a while.
Bayer
He's
Leverkusen's
balling.
top 4 in Bundesliga.
He's going to Wolves.
He's going to Wolves.
Maybe not in the winter.
I was
but
thinking,
next
should we FaceTime Wags or should we let him sleep? I think we'll let him sleep this time.
I think we should FaceTime him. Just say hello. Literally just a hello and goodbye. Let's see if he answers. He might be asleep, covered in Captain Crunch.
I know he's laying down, so it's not really much excuse to not answer.
I mean, he's either sleeping or he's ignoring us.
You might know that this means like
Could be camera shy. All right, he's sleeping. We'll give him a break. Sorry, what's the guy's name that's been talking to you about Germany? What's his name?
I'm
Grant?
not going to disclose his name.
Well, yeah, whatever his name is.
Player
Sorry for
A.
that. Player A. We tried to get him on. We appreciate.
We tried.
the
We
feedback.
tried for you to get more Wagsy, but Wagsy, I guess, is camera shy when he's recovering from ACL surgery.
Yeah, but I heard Wolves are on the lookout for him.
Sooner or later.
Sooner or later, I mean.
He really might start making money from FIFA with all this time off.
Honestly, he might be an esports guru. But
Shout out to Wagsy.
anything
Get
else?
healthy, bro.
Yeah, we need you back on scouting. And the betting, yeah, that doctor's living large now with that Yota bet.
Exactly. Bro, that's all I got today, man. The game day.
That's all I
Short,
got.
sweet, to the point.
Short, sweet, to the point. I gotta go soon anyway. Got Zoom training.
Nice.
Just doing lots of sit-ups and push-ups.
I got
While they all do
nothing.
jumping
I'm gonna
stuff.
study. I'm gonna study some German.
Das klingt gut.
Das klingt gut. Das klingt sehr gut.
Ja.
Natürlich.
So, bis nächstes Mal.
Bis nächstes Mal und
Nee.
ja, schönes Abend und
nächstes
schönes
Mal.
Wochenende.
Nee, warte, Junge. Ich habe gesagt, bis nächstes Mal.
Bis nächstes
Bis.
Mal. Ja.
Was bedeutet bis?
Bis. See you.
Nein.
Until. Well,
Bis.
until.
Ja, until.
Next.
Guck mal. Ja, until next Mal.
Until next time.
Ja, genau. Bis nächstes
Oh,
Mal.
you're trying to do the thing. I was like, bro, I know what this means. What are you trying to?
We could do the outro in German. Until next time. Keep moving
Keep
forward.
moving?
Keep learning. Keep
Nah,
moving forward.
I can barely do it in English,
Yeah.
man.
I'll have to think about this one.
We'll do it in German next time. We'll prepare.
We'll figure it out. So, bis nächstes Mal.
Keep moving forward
Keep learning.
and make your own path.
That was a little Asian.
I don't know what that was.
Jeez.
Better to have a short life that is full of what you like doing than a long life spent in a miserable way.